Bored of cooking the same standard paneer curry dishes at home, looking for something delicate and flavoursome with deliciously soft and creamy paneer? Well, stick around because today I've got just the recipe for you. That's coming up. If you find value in what we do, then consider subscribing to our channel and press the bell icon to stay notified whenever we make a new upload. Hey everyone, I'm Chef Aaditya Bal and welcome to my kitchen where I share with you some of my favorite recipes, cooking techniques, tips, tricks and know-how to help you become a better cook. I've got a really simple and delicious paneer recipe for you today that you're just gonna love, and I call it Safed Paneer Curry. Alright, it's really simple, it's light, it's fresh, it's delicious and super easy to make. So without further ado, let's check out our ingredients for our paneer gravy. So let's check out our ingredients for our Safed Paneer Salan. We've got our whole spices, lovely, our powdered spices, rice flour, salt and our aromatics. And our medium for our gravy is curd, and we're going to finish it with some fresh coriander. We're going to cook it in mustard oil. You need some really good quality paneer for it as well. Okay, so we've taken a look at our ingredients. Now it's time to prep them up and then we can get down to cooking our Safed Paneer Ki Curry. Okay, super simple, stick with me. Right, so the first thing we want to do is simply chop up our aromatics. So slice our onions, really simple, okay? And then we're gonna finely chop up our ginger, right? The nice freshness of ginger coming through in this dish is exactly the kind of flavor we want, right? Then we're just going to roughly chop up our green chilies and that's done. Okay, the next thing we want to do is we're just going to make a slurry of rice flour and water and add it to the curd and whisk it all together so that when we cook out the curd, it's not going to split too much. All right, it's just going to keep that gravy together. So let's make up that slurry and then we can get down to cooking our curry. Put the rice flour into a mixing bowl, add a little bit of water and then mix it really well to make a simple rice flour slurry. We're going to add the slurry to our curd and then whisk it all together until it's nice and smooth. So let's get down to making our Paneer Salan. So heat up and burn off your mustard oil. Now to that we're going to add our whole spices and just saute them until they're nice and crackling and fragrant. Lovely. Okay, so to this we'll add our chopped onions, ginger and chilies, and then we're just going to saute them on a medium high heat until they've begun to soften nicely. So we've added our aromatics and all we need to do really is just saute them until they've softened and kind of taken on just the slightest of color. Okay, it's a white Safed gravy. That means we're going to keep the color of it nice and light. Okay, no darkening the aromatics. Remember, the color of your aromatics is basically going to give you the final color for your curry. So really important that you control the amount of color and caramelization on your aromatics. Okay, let's get back to it. Right, as soon as they've softened, we're going to add our powdered spices and cook them out. Love it. So our aromatics have softened really nicely. To this we're going to add our powdered spices and our salt, and then we're just going to toast the spices nicely. So we've added our powdered spices and salt to our softened aromatics, and now we're just going to toast them nicely. Right, little bit of water just to cook them out. All of our spices. Right, so our spices are now nicely cooked out. The oil has begun to separate and this is looking lovely. Okay, so our powdered spices and our aromatics are now nicely cooked out. It's got that wonderful light aroma. Like I said, it's going to be a nice and delicate paneer gravy. Okay, so our spices are done. The oil has separated. Now we're just going to add our curd and rice flour mixture, cook it out, add our paneer and cook it till it's soft and delicious. Okay, so to our cooked out aromatics and spices, we're gonna add our curd and rice flour mixture. Now on a medium to medium high heat, we're gonna bring it to a boil and then we're just going to cook it out, stirring constantly to prevent the curd from splitting too much. Okay, the rice flour is already going to prevent some of the curd from splitting, but you want to make sure you're stirring it away and you're cooking it up, so letting it kind of boil up a bit, right, simmer a bit and then continue to stir it and cook it out. Lovely, look at that, the oil has risen to the top, nicely cooked out, right? We're just gonna add a little more water and cook it out for another 8 to 10 minutes just to make it absolutely perfect. So it's been about 15 odd minutes and well, about 20 odd minutes we're just cooking out the curry or the gravy really nicely. Very important that you cook it out over a medium low heat. Let it boil a bit but keep on stirring it. Also, let's taste it. Okay, this is important. It's a light gravy. Yeah, those spices are now cooked out. Nice little sourness of the curd coming through. Okay, I think it's now ready for our paneer. So just gonna dice it, cube it up, the paneer. Okay, bung it in and just cook it out for about 10 to 15 minutes until it absorbs all those flavors. So our gravy is now cooked and absolutely perfect and delicious. We're just gonna cube our paneer and add it to our hot simmering gravy. Lovely, right? Just gently stir it in. Make sure all of the paneer is submerged in that lovely light lemony gravy. Well, our paneer has been cooking away in our lovely light lemony yellow gravy for, I would say, the last 7 to 8 minutes. It's a nice soft paneer. I think it's time we check on our paneer. That is lovely. I don't think we need to cook it much more at all. This is pretty much done. All we really need to do now is chop up that coriander, bung it in and just chop, rough chop, just for that nice herby freshness. Simple, lovely, wholesome and delicious. Okay, so just garnish it with coriander and cook it out for another 5 to 7 minutes. Look at that. Oil has come to the surface. You've got a nice sheen all over the surface of the gravy. Right, so we're just going to serve our beautifully creamy, soft, delicious and nicely kind of thickened and reduced Paneer Salan right away. Perfect with some hot parathas or naan. Awesome. So that, my friends, is my version of a home style classic recipe that my mom used to make. She used to make a version of it. Today I've just added maybe an element or two to it, but from my college days and school days, my brother and I both, we remember having a lot of this safed paneer or white paneer, we used to call it, with rice or rotis, and I can tell you This is bringing back some serious memories. Oh ho ho ho. There's something so magical about just kind of respecting the light flavors of spices. And here you've got that ginger and the chili coming through, just a little mustard oil which makes its way through. It's all pervasive, that almost clotted, slight sourness of the curd, and the paneer, like a sponge, has of course absorbed all of those flavors. So like in your kitchens and give this a try. I promise you it's gonna become one of your household favorites too. Well, if you enjoyed this recipe and the recipes we're bringing to you, please do share, like and subscribe to our channel if you like what you see. And of course, I'll see you with lots more interesting recipes and nuggets from the world of cooking. But till then, happy cooking.